Hey, hey! How's everybody doing? I'm just gonna give everyone a couple minutes to hop on because, I'm just chilling here. Hope everybody's having an awesome day. My day was kind of crazy. Toddler drama. My toddler was nuts all day. I don't know how else to say it. He was just nuts all day, and he's awesome, and I'm so happy that I get to be home with him. Hey, Jerry. Hey, Sherry and Jerry were the first people here. Annalisa's here. Ashley's here. Emma's here. Sherry's here. Hi. Monique is here. Hey, Monique. I'm glad you were able to hop on. Sweet. When you get here, tell me if you are here live or if you are watching the replay in the comments. So, you guys know that I'm giving away a $10 Amazon gift card at the end of the webinar. And I'm going to choose randomly based upon people who participate in the comments. So, my favorite thing about live webinars is seeing the hearts float across the screen. So, give me hearts and comment. Hey, Kimberly! Comment. Talk to each other, ask questions, shout out, say whatever's on your mind, even if you have questions that might be a little bit like, ooh, I can't believe she just asked that. I don't care, still ask it. Lindsay is one of my challengers. She's awesome. Hey, Lindsay. All right, well, lots of people here, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. Again, when you get here, let me know if you're live or if you're watching the replay. And I'm choosing the person who gets a gift card based upon who participates in the comments. So lots of participation and likes and all that good stuff will improve your chances. But I just want to thank everyone for hopping on tonight. I want to thank you for coming and being here. And where is my water bottle? I'm so thirsty, you guys. I don't know what happened to it. Oh, well. Okay, so my name is Kathryn Cowan. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Kathryn. I am a 2-star Diamond Beachbody coach. I have been an online health and fitness coach for almost 3 years. My 3-year coach-anniversary is May 1st. I signed up on May 1st of 2015, I guess. So I've been doing this for almost 3 years, but I've only seriously been coaching for a little over a year, like maybe a year and a half. So if you are in my challenge group, I would love to hear from you specifically in the comments. Or if you are a coach, I would love to hear from you. But the thing that I've noticed more than anything in this business, since I've been, coaching for almost 3 years now, is that every single person does it differently. And I think that's really cool. And I always like to start out by talking about that because I think that a lot of people assume that you have to be a certain way to be a successful coach. You have to be this cookie cutter person. You have to be a fitness expert. You have to be a nutrition expert. You have to have it all together. You have to be in incredible shape. You have to, be a certain way. And none of that is true. You do not have to be a cookie cutter coach. You do not have to know anything about fitness. Hey, baby. My child just got home. You don't have to be a fitness expert. You don't have to look. Mommy. Hey, can you come to mommy? You want to give mommy a kiss goodnight?
Give mommy a kiss goodnight.
Do you want to give mommy a kiss goodnight?
Go give her a kiss.
No?
Say night-night, mommy.
Let me kiss my baby.
Night-night.
Do you want to go night-night?
No. Mommy.
I love you. I love you.
Say bye-bye.
Mommy.
Night-night.
Night.
I know.
I know.
My son sees my computer and he's like, no, I want to play with that. I don't want to go to bed. So anyways, it's not about being a cookie cutter anything. It's not about being anything. It's simply about being you. And that was really powerful for me because growing up, I was a very insecure person. I had a lot of body image issues. I had a lot of self-confidence issues. I dealt with a lot of bullying as a little girl. I was overweight for the majority of my life. And as I started coaching, as I started diving into, sharing my journey on social media, which I was very uncomfortable with, I realized that it wasn't anything about, it wasn't anything like, oh, Kathryn is like this big fitness person. It wasn't that. It was that I was willing to grow. And as I was becoming happier and healthier and, just a better version of myself, people started seeing that, and that was inspiring to them, and they wanted it. And so, it's not about being anything. It's simply about being willing to grow as a person and being willing to, overcome and being willing to share that with others. So it's simply about shining your light as a person, sharing your journey as you grow, and as you become, that healthier, happier person, you're going to inspire other people to, to overcome the hard things that they are going through because you've overcome your hard things. And so I've been talking to a lot of people behind the scenes. I've been learning more about your stories, and there are some really amazing people watching this call tonight, and so I definitely want to hear from you. By the way, nobody has said hi. I don't know if the comments are working. Let me check in the event page and make sure the comments are working. Sorry, I'm getting in my back office over here. I want to make sure that I'm seeing comments so I can answer questions if I need to. So let's dive into this as soon as I can get over here. Let's do this. Okay, yeah, I totally can't see comments. That sucks. Okay, well, whatever. I'm going to be looking at comments over here. Let me just turn the volume off. There we go. Okay. Cool. Happy 3 years. Thank you, Ashley. Thought I was talking to myself over here this whole time. Okay, so yes, Kimberly, you are going to have a great story. You already have a great story. So, okay, let's keep going with this. Let me pull the comments up so I can see them as they come up. It looks like it's going to be lagging quite a bit, but that's okay. So, in addition to talking to some of you and hearing about your stories, and all of that stuff, I've also gotten a lot of questions, and so I want to answer those tonight. But first, I want to share my story, because I think that as coaches, the most important thing that we can do is connect with the ways that we have grown, connect with the hard things that we've been through that have made us who we are, that are going to bless and inspire another person, whether, it's Beachbody that helped us overcome or something else. And so before I say anything about the company, I just want to share my story with you. And while I share my story, I want you to share your story. I want to hear your story in the comments. I want to hear the things that, you've overcome that maybe will inspire somebody else. And I know for a fact that there are some incredible stories here tonight. So, people ask me all the time, like, what do I do, or why do I do what I do? Why do I share on social media? Why am I so obsessed with, sharing about my transformation and sharing about my challenge group and sharing about the coaching opportunity? And, is this legit, or am I just faking it? Like, am I really like this miserable person in the background? And I can assure you that I am not faking it. This career has been so transformative for me in so many ways. And I think that it's important to share that. So tonight I'm going to do that. So there are 3 parts to this story. There's a medical side to my story, a financial side, and an emotional side. And I'm going to start with the medical side because I think that a lot of people can connect with that. So for those of you who don't know me well, I have been dealing with horrible health issues since I was a little girl. I was a little girl who just had chronic stomach aches and nothing made them feel better. And my parents thought maybe I was lactose intolerant, or maybe I had food allergies, or maybe something weird was going on. But really, I was just sick and nobody could explain it. And then when I turned 15, I got so sick that I was in the hospital and my body started shutting down. My parents were told that they should prepare themselves to lose me. And at 15 years old, I'm over here grappling with my mortality and thinking that I'm going to die and dealing with, that. And so even though I'm very grateful to be alive today, it was a miracle. I thank the Lord every day that I am still here. it's caused a lot of damage to my body, and I ended up with really bad GERD symptoms. Gastroesophageal reflux disease is what I was diagnosed with, but who knows if that's even what's really going on. And I dealt with those symptoms for nearly 10 years, and they were crippling and they were overwhelming. And I'm just gonna map it out for you. So every time I went on a date with my husband, we would end up leaving halfway through dinner because I was in so much pain because I couldn't eat solid food. My weight fluctuated by 20 to 30 pounds in a single month, and I am 5'2". I am a shrimp. My cat is meowing at the door. Hold up. All of the little creatures in my life are trying to demolish us tonight. But my weight fluctuated by 20 to 30 pounds in a single month, which was crazy. I could not eat solid food, and every time I did, I would end up in a ball on the floor crying because the pain was so unbearable. I would call into work all the time. I missed class when I was in college. I missed class all the time. I was on a liquid diet at least 7 to 10 days out of every single month. I couldn't eat food. I was not living the life that I wanted to live. I wasn't getting the nutrition I needed. I was in pain most of the time, and so I was grumpy all of the time. I was malnourished, and so my weight was fluctuating. My sleep was disrupted. I developed horrible insomnia at the age of 15. And then after, all of this stuff, I'm sorry that Clover took notice of Cosette's meowing. But after all of that, dealing with that for, I don't know how many years it was at that point, in 2014, I had been married for a few years, and I got pregnant for the second time. I had had a chemical pregnancy before, and then in 2014, I got pregnant. And in the second trimester, at the very beginning of the second trimester, we lost that baby. And I spiraled. I really spiraled. And it was the worst season of depression I've ever known, not just because we were, grieving the loss of a baby, but also because there was a lot of other stress going on. And so that's where the emotional side of this story goes in. But before I go more into that, I just want to say that, my body was not healthy. And I knew that my body was not capable of doing the things that it needed to do. It wasn't capable of sustaining a pregnancy. It wasn't capable of, doing the things that I needed it to do. It wasn't capable of even having a full-time job. I was calling into work all the time. I'm so surprised I didn't get fired. But my body was my enemy at that time in my life. My body was my enemy, and I was angry about that. And so that, going into the emotional side of this story, that was the physical side, the medical side, I guess. But during the first years of mine and my husband's marriage, a lot of really crazy things happened. We had been in a long-distance relationship because he was in the Marine Corps and I was finishing school in South Carolina. We got married, and we had planned on living in South Carolina, but his dad had a horrible heart attack. And so we moved across the country to Albuquerque, New Mexico, to help them because his dad was the pastor of a church and they needed support. And so I was leading worship at my church at the time. My husband was leading worship at his church in California in the Marine Corps at the time. And so we were like, okay, well, I guess we should come together and do that in Albuquerque. And so we decided to jump in, and all of a sudden, all of these responsibilities started being handed over to us. And we were newlyweds. We were in school full-time, both of us. I was finishing my bachelor's degree, and Adam was just starting his because he had been in the military for so many years. And there was so much just heaped onto us because there was nobody else to do it, that I just started feeling so alone and isolated. And I know that it was because of, I was doing it to myself. I was unhealthy and I was sick, and all of that pressure was just too much for me. And I'm moving across the country from all of my friends and all of my family, moving across the country, and I just felt so lonely. And then, when in 2014, as we're grieving the loss of our child, all of that fear and that trauma from being a sick 15-year-old girl started coming back. And I didn't know how to cope with feeling like my body was my enemy again. And so, that's the emotional side. I'm dealing with, all of this stuff. And then the financial side comes in. So here we are, a newlywed couple, going to school full-time, working in full-time ministry, like 80-hour weeks, easy. And we were barely making ends meet. We weren't making ends meet. We were putting gas and groceries on a credit card at the end of every month. And that debt was stacking so quickly. And I remember just looking at our finances and being like, how can we do this? How can we, this is not working. And I remember just feeling panicked at the end of every month. Like, I can't even feed my family. Like, we are working so hard and this is not working. And so we started arguing about money. And I started getting more and more depressed and just feeling like such a failure, because how can you be working so hard and yet not making ends meet? How is that even possible? And, now I realize that the majority of the world feels that way, and that sucks. And then because of the financial struggles, I started isolating myself from my friends, that I had made in Albuquerque more and more, because going out to coffee, meant spending $5 and spending $5 would cause me to panic. Going out to dinner with friends would mean, spending $20, and $20 was something that I couldn't afford. And so, again, it's not that we weren't working hard. It just wasn't working, and there was so much stress. And then all of a sudden, it was a year later, and I was still sick, and I was still depressed, and we were still fighting about money. And I looked in the mirror, and I was like, who am I? And what is this life? And what are we doing here? And how can we continue going on? And I knew that I needed to do something. And so as coaches, we share about our transformations a lot. And that's because we know the power of this business and this lifestyle. And at first I had actually deleted my Facebook after I had my miscarriage in 2014. I'm gonna look at the comments really quick. Oh, Lauren, your comment just made my heart so happy. I love you so much. So, sorry, I lost my train of thought for a second, but I had deleted my Facebook, and I reactivated it just on a whim. I was like, I'm going to get Facebook back. And, when I had my miscarriage, a lot of other people were pregnant. A lot of my friends on social media were pregnant. And I was like, I just can't handle that. It's too much. And before I deleted it, I noticed a coworker of mine, her name's Nicolette, she was posting her workouts. And I was like, oh, that's cool that she's, doing her workouts. That's awesome. Good for her. And then she got pregnant. And I was like, okay, deleted. And then when I reactivated my Facebook, she popped up again. And here she was, sharing her workouts and super fit 6 months after a pregnancy, and sharing that, she had, made an income, and that her stomach problems were better because she was drinking this stuff called Shakeology. And I was like, what is that? She has stomach problems. I have stomach problems. I want to feel better. What is Shakeology? And so I started doing research, and I found that people who have my symptoms found relief from Shakeology. And I was like, okay, I need to try this. I need to try this Shakeology stuff, because I'm on a liquid diet, and I'm grumpy because I'm hungry all the time, and I'm in pain, so might as well try it. And then I realized that it was way out of our budget, and I was like, okay, well, I guess I'm not going to try that. And then she kept popping up on my timeline, and she shared that in her first month as a coach, she got her Shakeology paid for, and I was like, And then she shared that in her second month as a coach that she got hers and her husband's Shakeology paid for, and I was like, Adam could be drinking this stuff too. And so, even though I saw her sharing her journey, and I was kind of like, that seems kind of extreme. I'm not really a fan of social media. It's kind of narcissistic. I can't really imagine myself posting selfies. Even though I had all of these negative feelings about what my friend Nicolette was doing, and I was so judgmental. I'm not going to lie, I was so judgmental. I am so thankful, so thankful that a year later, that she was brave enough to keep on sharing, even though she knew there were people like me, haters like me in the background, who were interested, but also were like, okay, this has to be a scam, I'm so thankful that even though I was back there being judgmental, that she was being brave and that she shared her journey, because if she wouldn't have been brave and shared her journey, I never would have started my journey. And I got to tell you, when I saw, okay, so the cost to start up as a coach is your fitness program and a month of Shakeology. Like, it's not very much. But I didn't even have $20 to go out to dinner with my friends. We could not afford for me to sign up as a coach. It was not in the budget, but I knew that I wanted to try, and I knew that she got her Shakeology paid for in her first month as a coach, and I knew that we were both teachers in the same school, and if she could do it, then I could do it. And I just assumed, like, all right, well, if she can do it, I can do it, I'm going to try. And so I decided that my coach startup fee was going to be the last thing that I put on a credit card before I started paying that freaking credit card off. And I wish that somebody would have shaken me right when I deleted my Facebook and said, don't do it, because that day when I put that challenge pack on that credit card, my life changed immediately. I jumped in with a program that I liked. I love yoga. I am a yogi at heart, and so I jumped in with a program called PIO that it's Pilates and yoga based. And I remember Kimberly, what's your last name now? Green. Her last name was not Green at the time. She was the very first person who purchased anything from me, and she bought PIO because I loved it so much, and I was sharing about it so much. And so I jumped in with PIO. I started drinking Shakeology because I was on a liquid diet anyways, and it was like less money than I was spending on making green smoothies every day. So I realized that was stupid. But guys, 1 month into drinking Shakeology, 1 month into, coaching, my stomach problems, my symptoms that I had dealt with for 10 years were gone. Gone. After 10 years of crippling pain every single time I ate, I could eat solid food. And within 2 months, I was off of the 2 very expensive medications that I would take every single day. And then within 4 months, I was pregnant again. And my little baby boy is probably super angry because I didn't let him come look at the computer, but within 4 months I was pregnant again, and that little baby is in the next room, and I'm pregnant again now. And that was life-changing. That was life-changing, being able to get pregnant, and not only get pregnant but stay pregnant. I didn't think that I was ever going to be able to be a mom. I didn't think that was reality for me because my body couldn't sustain it, you guys, and now I get to be a mom. And so even if that was the only thing that ever came from this, it would be so worth it, and I'm so, so thankful. So now it's been almost 3 years, and I am so thankful I stuck with this because I never intended to dive into this business, ever. I seriously thought I'd give it a month and then quit. But as I started diving into the challenge group, as I started diving into the coaching community, I saw my mindset start to change. And I remember, all of a sudden, I just started feeling like myself again. And I remember I was sitting across the table from my husband, eating food. Eating food, like who knew that could be such an amazing thing? And I looked up, and I even remember what he was wearing. I looked up and I said, I feel like I haven't been myself in a really long time, and I feel like I remember who I am again. And that was such a powerful moment for me because that moment is when I realized that I wanted to jump in and help others experience that same transformation that I was experiencing. I never thought I would make money. Like, I never thought that this would be like a full-time thing for me. I wasn't trying to trick anyone to doing something that wouldn't be good for them. I just wanted to help people because I had been helped. And people started following my journey on social media. They started asking me questions about what I was doing. I started, just inviting people to the challenge group. Danielle, that's so... Danielle's off of 5 out of 7 medications. That is so awesome. But as people started following my journey, I started inviting them to the challenge group, and they started joining me, and then they started joining my team as coaches, and then, they just trusted me because it was working for me, and I was just a regular person, and so, if it could work for me, maybe it could work for them. And so, the heart of this for me is just about helping other people experience freedom like I did. My team is called the Freedom Collective, and I named our team the Freedom Collective because this is truly about freedom for me. It's about freedom from, depression, and freedom from anxiety, and freedom from, the weight fluctuation, freedom from being unhealthy. I never thought I would be healthy. I never thought I'd be a mom. I never thought I would, be happy again. And you guys, just one last little note about my transformation. Last month, my husband and I finished paying off over $15,000 in credit card debt, and that is because of Beachbody. It is because of my never giving up. We have not only doubled my salary of what I was making working full-time, more than full-time, as a music teacher, but we have, paid off our debt. It's gone. All that credit card debt is gone. Both of our cars are paid off, and our life is different, and I'm so, so grateful. And so, I don't share all of that to boast or anything. I don't share all of that to make you think, oh, well, good for you. But seriously, this business changed my life in so many different ways, and I am so, so, so thankful. And so, I don't care if people misunderstand what I do, like I misunderstood what Nicolette did at the time, because today, just like she was brave, I have to be brave, because there are too many people out there who are struggling like I did, and who just want somebody and need somebody to inspire them. They just need somebody to, to tell them, hey, I'm just a normal person and I did it. You can do it too. And so, now my challengers are the ones who call me crying because they're experiencing freedom from their issues like I did. And so, for those people, I will keep sharing. For the people who need inspiration, I will be brave. And so that's why I do this. That is why I am so passionate about what I do. It is because my life is different in every way, every single way. So, with all of that being said, again, I would love, 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 love to hear your story in the comments. But I want to talk for a little bit about what it is that I do exactly. What do coaches do? And so first of all, I guess it's kind of important that we talk about what Beachbody is, right? So Beachbody, I'm partnered with Beachbody. I am a Beachbody coach, loud and proud. Beachbody is a awesome health and fitness company founded in 1998 by Carl Deichler and John Congdon, who partnered with Tony Horton, who is the creator of P90X, okay? So just forget all those names because it doesn't matter. But they were, the company started because they were doing infomercials for P90X. Tony Horton had this program. They were like, all right, we better market it. And so what they did was they decided to create an online forum to get people into the forum who are doing P90X, and they could kind of help each other and facilitate. And, that is where we got our challenge groups from now. But that's how it started out, in this forum. And so the founders quickly realized that the people who were doing P90X in the forum were getting way better results than the people who were sending in their before and after pictures just doing it independently. And then they realized that the people who had done P90X in the past were staying in the forum and helping the new people and being like, hey, this worked for me. I got better results when I started doing this. Or here's my meal plan. Feel free to use it. Or, whatever. And they were like, hey, the graduates of P90X are sticking around and helping the newbies. I wonder if we could compensate them in some way, because those graduates started bringing in their friends, and their friends started buying P90X and coming into the forum and getting results. And they were like, it was just all these people getting these crazy results. And the cool thing about Beachbody is that it's not about selling a bunch of products. I mean, it is about selling products. Obviously, we have to get the products into people's hands, or else they can't do the workouts. They can't use Shakeology if they don't have it, and they have to buy it if they want it. But it's not about just selling products. It's about actually getting results. That is what it's about. And so when Carl started noticing these people are getting better results, he was like, okay, there's something to this. And so they decided to go with network marketing, and they decided to create this system where coaches ran challenge groups online, and they plugged their challengers into the challenge groups. So people weren't buying DVDs and just letting them collect dust in the shelf. They were actually getting results and falling in love and continuing on with a lifestyle. And I think that my challengers who are in this webinar right now will tell you that we don't just give up. We don't do one program and give up. everybody is still getting results months and months and months and months after they join the challenge group, because we care about each other and we love each other and we're helping each other. So, so that's what Beachbody is all about. We're just facilitating people getting results, and you don't have to be any certain way to be a coach. Again, you don't have to be tall and thin and perfect. You don't have to be like this fitness model or something. Like, you don't have to have a certain personality. You don't have to be outgoing even. Truly, when you think about the things that you feel like are going to hold you back, for me, it was like, I am an introvert. I'm an introvert and I hate small talk, and I don't like social media, and like selfies are the worst, and like I don't want to do any of that crap. And that was like going to be the deal breaker for me. I was like, I don't think I can do this because of those things. And I feel like I'm a terrible salesperson, and I didn't want to like be doing sales. And truly, honestly, it's not sales. We're just sharing what we do. But, when you think about those things that are going to hold you back, when you think about the things that are like, okay, that's a deal breaker, those are the things that are going to make you stand out. Those are the things that are going to make you successful and are going to help you inspire more people, because that's what's going to connect you to your people. We don't have to compete with each other as coaches. It's not like, oh, well, I'm going to find more people than you find. It's not like that as coaches. There are so many people in the world who need help, and not everybody is going to connect to me, right? Not everybody's going to connect to me, but the people who don't connect to me, maybe they'll connect to you because of the thing that you feel like is going to be a deal breaker for you. Because you know what? That same thing is what they think is going to be a deal breaker for them. And you can show them like, hey, that thing's not a deal breaker for you because it wasn't for me, right? And so, there are so many people in the world who need help, and we just have to help them. We just have to help them. And we have the tools to help them. So, the people who are, inspired by you are going to join you. The people who are inspired by me are going to join me. And so as coaches, we get to help each other help more people. And so it's like this domino effect of awesome. And then our challenge group just explodes, and it's great. So, your current fitness level is not important. Your, education on nutrition, whatever, is not important. What does matter is that you're positive, that you are willing to use your journey and your story to encourage other people, and that's it. What does matter is that you are just willing to grow. And it's so cool because I can't tell you how much I've grown as just a person and a mother and a Christian and like a wife and just a person. I have become so much more positive. I have become so much stronger because I have been willing to open myself up to those things. And, Beachbody, one of the most important things that we focus on is personal development. And so I can thank Beachbody for all of those ways that I've grown, because it's not that Beachbody changed me. It just helped me to be open to learning more and to growing. And so the most important part of our job is our own fitness, our own nutrition, our own, mental health and growth. So this is what it looks like to be a coach. You complete a program, you share your journey on social media, and that does not mean that you're like, hey, I'm a Beachbody coach, here's my Shakeology, here's my Pio DVDs, I'm going to be like a Beachbody billboard. Not like that. Do not do that. We share our journey by sharing the ups and the downs and the highs and the lows. We share bits about our family. We share bits about, the things that we're struggling with, the things that we're overcoming. We share that we're doing our workouts, because even just that is inspiring for like 90% of people, because 90% of people skip their workouts because it's kind of hard to do workouts, right? But you share your journey. You are consistent because doing your workout is literally your job if you're a coach. So you do it and you do your workout, you follow your nutrition plan, and you share about that a little bit here and there. You drink your Shakeology every day, and then you let people in on what, you making health and fitness work for your lifestyle looks like. So, and then because you're getting results and because you're growing and getting better and stronger and shining your light brighter, that's what's going to draw people in. That's what matters. It doesn't matter that you're not perfect. Nobody wants to follow the perfect person. Perfection is annoying. nobody wants to follow like the perfect girl, right? Nobody wants to follow that girl because they all hate her, right? We all hate the perfect girl. Get out of here, perfect girl. Like, I want to see the messy stuff. I want to see, like, there is a reason that reality TV is so popular. That's all I'm going to say. Like, people love the messy stuff. They love to see just a normal person living their life. Just a normal person, because that's what we can relate to, right? You know, the normal person who's just making health and fitness work for their normal lifestyle, setting aside their excuses and doing it anyways, that is what's inspiring. And you don't have to like be positive all the time. You can share about how your workout was extra hard today, and like mom life is really hard today, or like maybe you're really struggling with something today. But, you know, as we share about that stuff, we share the silver lining too. And then, you know, when we start growing that following, when people start following us and like being inspired by us, and they comment and they like on our posts, you know what we do? We say thank you. And we send them a message and we say, thank you so much. I really appreciate your support. And we ask them if they're working on their fitness too. And that gets the conversation moving, and they realize that being in the challenge group would be like the best thing of life. And then we invite them to the challenge group and they join us and we get to be their coach. And the fact that you're improving inspires them to take action, and they do it. And so obviously we have to educate ourselves on the programs. We have to educate ourselves on like what is in Shakeology. We have to educate ourselves on what the challenge group is all about, and, you know, how they can purchase and all that stuff. But, you know, obviously all of that is included in the new coach training, and that's something that I teach all of my new coaches. But, you know, fitness doesn't matter. Fitness does not matter. I can't stress that enough. If you are not in your ideal shape, that doesn't matter. What does matter is that you're willing to share, your journey, you're willing to be real. And the more real you're willing to get with people, the more they're going to want to follow you, and the more inspired they're going to be, you know, by you. And so, like, I've been sharing a lot about this pregnancy versus last pregnancy. My last pregnancy, I was an anxious mess all the time because I had dealt with 2 miscarriages, and I felt like I couldn't, you know, deal with, you know, the fear and the anxiety. And this pregnancy is entirely different, and I'm so thankful for that. And I'm able to crush my workouts better. And like, getting real about that connects with other women who have dealt with miscarriage and who are struggling and who are afraid to work out because they've had a miscarriage and they're pregnant again and afraid that you know, something's going to happen. And so, you know, the fact that you're sharing where you were and where you are, and then also casting vision for where you're going, that's what sets you apart. So you don't have to be a fitness or nutrition expert. You just have to be willing to share. And on that same note, you really, really don't have to be a fitness and nutrition expert, because Beachbody has done all of that for us. Beachbody programs are uniquely awesome because people don't do Beachbody programs and not get results, do they, babe? He whispered no, even though I asked him loudly. People do not do Beachbody workouts and stay the same. People get results doing Beachbody workouts. If you do the workouts and you follow the nutrition guide and you drink your Shakeology, you will get results, 100%. And like, that's even clinically proven by science and guaranteed. So like, people can get their money back if they don't get results. And so it's proven. And Shakeology is proven. It is clinically proven to help you lose weight. It's clinically proven to lower your cholesterol. It's clinically proven to help you not eat junk food. Like, all kinds of crazy tests. Let me look at this. Oh, Michelle, you have such an amazing heart. I just want to see you share your whole life because I love you. And yes, I agree. It is a safe zone. So the workouts are proven. Shakeology is literally 70 superfood ingredients. So superfoods, adaptogens that help protect your body from the effects of stress, medicinal herbs, there's phytonutrients, there's antioxidants, there's, what's the word I'm looking for? Probiotics, really high quality probiotics that actually make it all the way through your gut. I can send you a video more on Shakeology if you want to learn more about it, but it's the freaking best the bee's knees in every way. And Shakeology is clinically proven to do all kinds of awesome stuff. The fitness side is done for us. The nutrition side is taken care of for us because, first of all, we have Shakeology, but we also have the portion fix, which is like clean eating simplified. And we don't have to do any of that. That's done for us. All we have to do is facilitate it and, learn it so that we can help our challengers when they need help, when they don't understand it. And, our job is simply to connect people to something that's going to help them. So, by us living healthy lives, we get to show them like, hey, you could live a healthy life too. Or, maybe they have stomach problems and we can be like, hey, Shakeology helped my stomach problems. Maybe it'll help your problems. I can't even tell you how many people with health problems have come to me because of Shakeology. If somebody is like struggling with their weight, we can talk to them about, okay, well, these are the workouts that I can recommend. This is the portion fix. Let me talk to you about it. And so our job is simply to connect people to something that's going to help them. That's it. And then we get to plug them into our challenge group where we just like have a party all the time. And my challenge group is my favorite thing of life. I love it so much. So day to day, you share your journey, you make new friends on social media, you talk to people who are engaging on your posts. Instagram is a really great way to meet new people. If you're afraid like, oh, I don't have any friends on social media, what do? I can teach you how to build a following on Instagram, don't worry. Or on Facebook, whatever. We connect with people, we ask them their goals, and then we help them get out of their rut. And then, we look for people who would be an amazing coach, and we invite them to the coaching opportunity. All of you are here because you're probably interested in the coaching opportunity, which, by the way, Lindsay, I've been thinking that you would be an amazing coach for like 1,000 years, just FYI. And we don't chase people down because nobody wants to do that. And why would we want to chase people down and try to force them to do something they don't want to do? That makes no sense. I want people on my team who want everything that I want. I want people on my team who are going to be positive, who aren't going to feel like I'm dragging them into this. Like, it is pointless to chase people down. What does work is connecting with people who would actually love this and showing them why they would love it. So that's what we do as coaches. We simply inspire people through our social media. We simply get vulnerable and share our transformation and connect people to something that is going to change their life. Okay, let me see. Dang, that's awesome. About the sugars, Annalisa. I do know of some doctors who are doing a clinical trial about the effects of Shakeology on blood sugar like stabilization. So I know that that's happening, but I haven't seen the results yet, so I can't speak to that. But I do know it's low on the glycemic index, so it's good for diabetics. Ooh, my face is frozen in a really funny way on this video over here. Okay, so last, I want to talk about the compensation plan and some common what-if questions that people are always afraid of. So if you have any questions you want me to answer, drop them in the comments and I'll answer them. But I also have like common ones that people ask. So first of all, compensation plan. I never intended to make money doing this. I never thought that I would. First of all, I was directing a music program at the time, super fulfilling. Like, can you imagine teaching music to a bunch of little kids every day? It was so much fun. It was so much fun. But you know what? I made no money. It was like humiliating how little I made working so hard as a music director. But the thing was that I loved it. And so it didn't make sense for me to pursue a new career because I didn't have time for a new career, first of all. Second of all, I loved what I did and I didn't want to stop teaching music. But when I did sign up, it was because I knew that I wanted kids and I knew that I wanted to stay home with kids and I knew that I couldn't continue working 80-hour weeks if I wanted to be home with my kids. Like, those two things don't work. And so when I did sign up as a coach, it was 100% because I needed to get my Shakeology paid for because, again, we had no money. So I 100% had to get my Shakeology paid for within my first month, or I had to cancel it or like send it back and get a refund. But it was because I eventually wanted to find enough people to help so that I could pay for my Shakeology. That was it. And then in my first month as a coach, I made triple that amount. And I was like, oh, maybe there's something to this opportunity. Like, maybe I could do more with this. Maybe I'm actually good at this. I thought I was going to be terrible. And then my second month, I doubled that amount. And I was like, oh, maybe I really could do more. And every single year since that first year, I've doubled my income. And that says something to me. That says that this is a legitimate opportunity to create a sustainable income doing something that is really easy to be passionate about. My biggest fear with leaving teaching was that I wasn't going to find anything that I loved as much. I love music. Music is like my soul. But I didn't think that I was going to be able to love anything else. And so, that is my story with the whole money side of this. I never thought I would make money, and then when I did, I was shocked. So, but anyways, as far as how we earn, let's talk about earning our investment back. So once you've found 3 people to join your challenge group, and you would be in my challenge group for your first several months as a coach until you felt like you had enough clients to run your own challenge group, until you felt comfortable with that. But once you've helped 3 people get started in your challenge group, you've earned your investment back. 3 people. And then our job as coaches is to find 3 people a month after that. I always find more than 3 people a month. Every month since I signed up, I've found at least 5 people to help. And lately it's been a lot more than that. But, I've been coaching for 3 years. 3 to 5 people is your goal. As a new coach, 3 to 5 people. So the way that we make money is, first of all, commission. We make between 25 to 40% commission on any given product. So for example, like challenge packs, that's a bundle that comes with the fitness, the Shakeology, the portion fix, and a shaker cup. All of that, you get 30% commission on that because it's a bundle and it costs a little more. And so since it costs a little more, Beachbody gives us higher commission. What company does that? And then there's an even bigger bundle where you can not only get Shakeology, but the performance line, which is like pre-workout, post-workout, that kind of stuff. There's a hydrate. It's like Gatorade. It's called Hydrate. It's awesome without all the cancer that Gatorade has. And so since that one costs even more, we get 33% commission on that one. So I think it's awesome that Beachbody gives us higher commission on things that cost more, because that just shows what a stand-up company, that they care about the coaches. So 25 to 33% on fitness programs, on Shakeology, on the performance line, on the bundles and the challenge packs. And then the other way that we make commission aside from, or make an income aside from commission, is a team bonus that we build together as a team. And it's not the kind of thing I thought at the beginning when I first heard about this. I was like, that sounds like a pyramid scheme. But the team bonus, it's not like the person at the top gets a cut from every person below them. That is a pyramid scheme, and that is illegal, and nobody should participate in something like that. If you hear about something like that, don't do it. Team cycle bonus is something that we build together based upon our volume as a team. And so a huge part of my job is helping my coaches on my team to be successful. And so, I don't get compensated in any way from them, from the coaches, for putting together trainings and, running new coach training and, helping my team. I do a lot for my team. A lot of coaches don't do a lot for their team. And so, their teams don't do well, but I try to be there for my team. And so the team cycle bonus is Beachbody's way of being like, hey, thanks for training your team. There's some more income. So that's paid from Beachbody, not from anybody else. Just want to be clear on that. And this is something that we work together on, and everybody gets the same bonuses. And so there's no competition because we're working together, right? And then after, the team bonus, we also get quarterly bonuses, just like a lot of people get a Christmas bonus or, a quarterly bonus from their, corporate job, we get quarterly bonuses based upon our rank in the company. And so once you achieve 2-star diamond, you can you qualify for quarterly bonuses, and basically people from certain ranks split 2% of the entire earnings of the entire company. So that's like a pretty substantial way that coaches make an income. So I want to give you just a little advice here. So when I first started out, I followed every word of advice that my upline gave me, and I made almost $500 my first month, which I thought was amazing. Like, it was life-changing. But since then, I have given myself a 1,000% raise, 1,000%. And I don't say that, again, I'm not saying any of that to boast. I'm not saying that you're going to, experience that same thing. I am telling you that I was successful at the beginning because I followed the advice that my upline gave me. And so, when you sign up, I just want to encourage you, do the new coach training, follow the, the steps that I'm going to give you. Take the advice of the people who have come before you. There's a common saying in this company that success leaves clues. The people who have been successful know how to be successful and know how to help you be successful. And so, follow their advice, follow my advice. I show up every day, and I care so much for my team and my challengers. I adore them. I want to see them succeed. And so I show up for them, and I work. I work on me. I do my workouts every day. I drink my Shakeology every day. I invite people to my challenge group every day, just like this, on webinars, one-on-one, in conversations. I ask people about their goals. I share consistently on my social media. Those are the things that are going to help you be successful. And at the beginning, a lot of coaches start out making, not a ton of money at the beginning. Even though $500 was life-changing for me my first month, I know that that's not a lot of money. In the long run, $500 a month is not that much money. But if you knew that you could build a 6-figure income in less than 5 years, starting from scratch, working part-time from home, like, wouldn't you want to do that? Like, that was the opportunity for me. And obviously you do that by building your team and by helping your team be successful. And so, that might seem scary to you, the whole team building aspect and like being a leader, but I'm here to tell you that I can help you with that. And, I've tried a lot of things and I've failed, you guys. I have been such a failure in so many ways, but that failure has caused me to become a better leader. And so, what I can say to you as you're considering this is be willing to fail, be willing to make mistakes, and just keep failing forward. Make your mistake and then learn. Make your mistake and then do it differently the next time. And that's all we can do. Within this team, we work together a lot. You can invite your people to my challenge groups. You can invite your people to my webinars like this one tonight. You could invite, if you're a coach on my team, you could invite them to this, and, they could learn from me until you feel confident enough to share yourself. But we're a team. We do things together. It's not just like me doing all the things. We do things together. The challenge group is a collaborative effort. So, I just want to ask you, where do you want to be a year from now, or 2 years from now, or 3 years from now? If I was in that same place that I was 3 years ago, I don't know where I would be. I do not know where I would be. I might not even be alive. Like, I was in a very rough place. And knowing that somebody who was in as rough of shape as I was in can be where I am now, you guys, life-changing, in the healthiest that I've ever been, making a very substantial income from home in part-time hours, still able to be home with my children, happy and enjoying life and out of debt. If I knew that I could do that in less than 3 years, then I would have started, way earlier than I did. So, this is a tremendous opportunity, and the reason that it's sustainable, and the reason that it's, not going to go out of style, and the reason that this is something that you can trust that's going to be around for a long time, is because this is about helping people to feel better. This is about helping people to solve a problem that they have. A lot of people are really unhealthy. A lot of people need somebody to teach them how to be healthy. And, health and fitness is never going to go out of style. Our food in this country sucks. People need to learn how to eat better. The obesity rate is insane. People need to learn how to lose weight in a sustainable, healthy way. So on top of all of that, compensation stuff, I just want to talk for like 2 minutes about questions. So let me just make sure that there are no... Bethany, I'm so sorry you missed it. Okay, I don't see any questions over here. So I'm just gonna go about the very, very top question. And that is, what if I don't have time for this? Because a lot of the people who I talk to, they really want to make a difference in their life and they really need the extra financial wiggle room, but they are working 80 hours like I was, and they have no time. Like they don't have time. And so to answer that question, what if I don't have time for this? What if I'm just like super, super busy? First of all, last night on our team call that we had, every week I lead a team training on Tuesday night, 9 p.m. every week. We were talking about the words that we use. Part of the call was about the words that we use. And we get into this rut of using like words like I can't and, I'll try or I might. And so, change your mindset from those negative words to positive words. Change your mindset from I wish I could do this, but I don't have time, to I want to do this, I need to do this, so I'm going to find the time. I'm going to make the time. You can build a business in 5 to 10 hours a week. You really can. And I don't know about you guys, but even when I was working 80-hour weeks, I was still wasting so much time without even thinking about it. I would scroll like Instagram thoughtlessly. I would scroll Pinterest. I would watch Netflix. I pressed snooze a million times in the morning. I wasted so much time. So you know what I did when I wanted to build this business? I woke up an hour earlier. I stayed up an hour later. I did my power hour on my lunch break, and I stopped scrolling social media and started working during those times. And yeah, it was a sacrifice, but what was I sacrificing? TV, like laziness, so that I could build financial freedom for my family? Like, that seems like a no-brainer to me. And so, think about the priorities and the goals that you have for life. Things that you would do if you knew that you couldn't fail, things that you would make happen. I want you to think about those priorities and those goals, and then I want you to think about like the things that you spend your time on. And if those things don't match, then get rid of the things that are wasting time, that are not going to push you towards your goals. And then the other big question that I have is, I'm shy and I'm timid and I don't like social media, and I don't think that I could like use social media to like do something like this. So I just want to say that I'm a giant introvert. I hate small talk. I do not like being in social situations. Like, I can talk like this. I can sing in front of 1,000 people. Easy. I can do that stuff. But like one-on-one, like talking with people, so not my thing. I am not good at that. I like to get into the nitty-gritty and like talk about our souls. And people are creeped out by that. You can't really introduce yourself to someone and be like, hi, want to talk about our deepest feelings? That doesn't really work. But that's the kind of person that I am. I'm a shy introvert who struggles with self-confidence and feeling comfortable in social settings, and I'm super awkward. And so, if you feel that way, if you feel like you're shy and you don't like small talk and all that stuff, then I guess we had a lot in common, right? And I'm a very successful coach, somehow, shockingly. Like, when I say that, I'm like, what? Our team is number 258 over 400,000 coaches. That's our team. The Freedom Collective, number 258. That's humongous. And so if a shy, introverted, awkward weirdo like me can be successful in this, anyone can. Anyone can. So that's my answer to that question. Let me see. Loved those talks. Yes, see, this means that I found my people. Ashley will speak soul with me. Lauren loves our deep chats, and Lindsay is awkward too. So heck yeah, I found my people. That's like the best thing about this business. Oh, I forgot to talk about starting up. Duh. Okay, so let's talk about starting up. This is the last thing I'm going to talk about. It'll take like 2 minutes. So again, I mentioned earlier at the beginning of the webinar that the best way to sign up is through purchasing a challenge pack, which is your Shakeology, your workouts, and Portion Fix Nutrition System and a shaker. So here's the cool thing. Beachbody On Demand is like the Netflix of workouts, and that's how we stream our workouts. It's called Beachbody On Demand. There are hundreds and hundreds of workouts on there. Every single program that Beachbody's ever created is literally like laid out on Beachbody On Demand. I meant to have my iPad so I could show you, but things got a little crazy, so that didn't happen. But Beachbody On Demand is awesome, and you would get a year access to that, a whole year of access to Beachbody On Demand. You get your first month of Shakeology, which is like the oxygen of life. You get the Portion Fix Nutrition System, which is a color-coded nutrition system that like literally simplifies clean eating. The cool thing about having those 3 things, Beachbody On Demand, you have all of the workouts so that when you are talking to potential challengers, you can go look at the programs. You can try different programs. You can complete every program if you want, and you can actually like have experience with each program so that you can recommend to other people. Shakeology, you have to try it if you're going to recommend it to other people, right? Like you wouldn't like recommend a restaurant if you hadn't eaten there, right? And then the Portion Fix, obviously you have to learn it to teach your challengers, and so, having access to it is kind of important. Also, the, Beachbody On Demand, there are like tons of meal plans, there's like a whole cooking show. You have access to all of those things that are just going to help you to be a bigger asset to your team. And then a shaker cup, because everybody likes a shaker cup. And so right now, that one is $160. And so a whole year of workouts, whole month of Shakeology, which is like a month of meals, and Portion Fix and a shaker for $160. And that also waives your coach startup fee. So usually it's like $199, I think. $160 might be the actual new price, but usually it's $199 and it's been on sale for a while. So I don't know, but at least for the end of this, till the end of this month, it's $160. It'll probably be $160 next month. The other way that you can sign up is to pay a $40 sign-up fee that literally just gets you access to your back office. And I don't recommend people do that because when people sign up that way, it's really, really easy to like not take it seriously because you only invested $40. It's easy to not take it seriously if you invested $160 too, because honestly, when somebody starts like a brick and mortar business, like let's say that you started like a computer company, on Elisa, I think $160 is the discount. There's a discount on the Mega Challenge packs, which gets you the performance line too, $20 off of those. But anyways, when somebody starts a brick and mortar business, they spend like literally hundreds and thousands of dollars, like their life savings. And then they're like, okay, well, I invested my entire life savings, and so I better learn everything there is to know about selling computers, and I better hire the best marketer, and I better hire the best, person to do my books, and they have all of these things to think about. They have all this overhead, but they take it seriously because they invested their life savings. So here's my last little bit of advice to you. When you sign up, I want you to treat this as if you had invested your life savings, because I promise you, it is easy to be successful in this. It is simple to be successful in this business, but it's also really, really easy not to do the simple things that'll help you to be successful in this business. Really, really easy. So, again, this is something that I can teach you how to do. I can teach you how to be successful like I've been successful. Like, I'm just shocked that this is my life and that I'm like here talking to you about this topic right now, but it's happened, and I can teach you how to do it too. But you have to decide to go all in and to, take it seriously and treat it like a business from day one. Because if you go into this with a dabbler mindset, then you're never going to, be successful. But if you dive all in and you say, hey, I'm going to do this, I'm going to rock it, I'm going to love it, then you will be successful and you'll fall in love just like I have, and you'll get results and you'll be in the best shape of your life, helping all kinds of awesome people and building your community like I have built mine. I'm so blessed, seeing some of the names that are on here tonight. It's just oh my gosh, I love you guys so much. I really, really do. So I'm going to hop off because I am so thirsty. Can you hear how scratchy my voice is? It's so scratchy. I'm going to choose somebody for the $10 gift card, now-ish. I'll post it in a few minutes, and then I'll send it to your email, so give me your email. But there has been so much awesome participation in here. I love seeing all of it. And if you are ready to get started, drop a comment and then send me a message, or send me a message and then drop a comment, or don't drop a comment, but send me a message. And we'll get you started, because I have a new coach mentorship starting on May 7th that it's pretty full now, so you'll want to grab your spot quick. Lauren, you already got a spot, girl. You totally already got a spot. Lauren's already a coach, but she's just diving in now. Yay! So I'm going to get off and go drink some water, and then I'm going to choose a winner for the $10 gift card. Thank you for being here. You guys are the best. And I'm sad that I didn't get to see any hearts go over, because for some reason my thing is broken. But I'll talk to you soon. I hope you have an awesome day. And yeah, okay. Bye, everyone.